Hey, it's John again to play Immaculate Grid. Going for that low time, going for that low rarity score. I'm out of the basement. Had a great time with my family, and now I'm back here at home. So let's get into it. My most recent game, I think, was um, on Saturday. So I think where I messed up was I think Dave Stewart had won Gold Gloves, which he hadn't done. Um, anyway, I have a few to make up, so let's just get rolling. I'm going to start with the daily grid for May 21st. I had to check the time, but yeah, May 21st. Sharing the screen. I'm just gonna hit refresh, hit go, and then I'll make up the other ones later, but not on this video. All right, hit and refresh, hit and go, and away we go. Ooh, I see the Brewers. Nice. That's a Reggie Sanders. Bam. Greg Vaughn. Hoffman's probably gonna be pretty high there. Let's get Wally Joyner. Henry Aaron definitely had that many career WAR. Robin Yount definitely had that many career WAR. George Brett will definitely work there. I grab Kevin Seitzer over here. Jeff Cirillo over here. And Chipper Jones. 45 seconds. That's pretty quick. Was able to roll through that. Paul Molitor leading the way on third baseman for the Brewers. Hader leading the way here for Padres Brewers. Not a surprise. Maddox leading for Braves and Padres. Hosmer down here. I'm sure James Shields will also be pretty high. Had the whole middle row as well as Chipper Jones. Moustakas makes sense for third base. So pretty like I say, I have 4 of the 9 most frequent ones in my sprint round there. Gonna hit refresh and well, not hit refresh. Refresh the time, you know what I mean. Stop share, reshare. Let's do this one and hit refresh on incognito mode, and away we go. Padres, Brewers. Let's see. I'm gonna go with let's go with Ron Valone. 0.3. Newfield's probably better. I think Valone has sort of acquired a status as a poor man's Octavio Dotel, where a lot of people know all the teams he played for. So over here for 40 career WAR, I think the man I'm gonna go with is apparently his nickname was the Toy Cannon. But Jim Wynn ever so briefly played for the Brewers. Should have won the 1974 MVP with the Dodgers. Went to his teammate Steve Garvey. I'm gonna select him. That's a nice number. That's what I like to see. And then let's see, up here, 40 career WAR for the Braves. Al Simmons? Why not? Way sub 1. So far, Ron Valone is leading the way. Let's see, 40. This one. Oh, let's go with Brett Boone. He was involved with the. I think he was swapped for Sanders, if memory serves me correctly. He gets 0.5 as well. So that one was not super creative, but that's okay. It's all right. 0.5 is good. I don't want to badmouth the 0.5, but I might have been able to come up with someone better there. Let's see, Vinny Castilla actually moved Chipper Jones from third base. So he'd be an interesting option there. Terry Pendleton won an MVP and then followed that up with a runner-up in 91, 92. Darrell Evans played a non-trivial amount of third base. But actually, you know what I'm going to go with is actually Keith Lockhart, who's mainly a second baseman. But I remember at least one game because I was watching TBS. That's what I watched when I wanted to watch a winning team play baseball. And I thought it was very interesting because I guess Bobby Cox was really concerned with making sure that everyone was in their familiar spot in the order. And he was just giving Chipper Jones a day off, I think. I don't think there was an injury to Chipper Jones or anything like that. But he straight up put Keith Lockhart in the 3 hole because he wanted everyone else, like I assume all the other starters on the team were and I forget exactly the year, but it's 98, 99, 2000 in that range. But he wanted all the other starters to hang tight in their current batting positions. And so he put Keith Lockhart, uh, who was playing for Chipper Jones, in the 3 hole, which I thought was fascinating. Anyway, so I know he played third base at least a little bit. That was a long way to go for point two, but point two is pretty good. Let's see. Third base for the Brewers. I should be able to come up with a decently obscure one. Dale Swain played over there. Back when the Brewers had both him and Ernie Riles. Tommy Harper will of course work. Loretto will work. He was mainly known for playing second base, but he could play everywhere. Jose Hernandez played over there a little bit. Um, Actually, I think when the Brewers first acquired Jose Hernandez, Loretto was in at shortstop, but then Loretto got hurt and Jose Hernandez moved over to shortstop. How about this guy? Who remembers Tyler Houston? He played a little third base for the Brewers. Point two is a little bit higher than I would have thought. It's all right. Let's see here. 40 career WAR for the Royals. Orlando Cepeda will work. Harmon Killebrew will work. They're both Hall of Famers. Gaylord Perry will work, also in the Hall of Fame. Reggie Sanders would have worked, maybe. Actually, I don't know that Reggie Sanders gets to 40. Maybe he does. I don't know. What other positions aren't represented here? Frank White, I think, does get there. But you don't want to go Frank White for the Royals. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't think Juan Gonzalez quite got there. He just didn't play enough seasons. But he was briefly a Royal. I'm also not sure on Chuck Knobloch because he had some big WAR seasons with the Minnesota Twins, but wasn't as prolific with the Yankees in terms of WAR. Got a lot of plate appearances and scored a lot of runs and played decent, but um, I don't have enough confidence in that one. Jay Bell, I'm not going to go with. Beltran, I'm not going to go with. Bell because I don't know if he gets to 40. Beltran because I think it's too obvious. So far, Cepeda is the best name I've come up with in terms of obscurity. I'm trying to think of people who just sort of popped into Kansas City. I don't know about Volquez. Well, I don't think Volquez gets there. Cato is a maybe for me, but probably not. All right, let's go. Who am I going to go with here? I'll go with Cepeda. I think that'll be a couple percent though. I'm just struggling to come up with. I guess I didn't even consider pitchers. Saberhagen definitely works. Greinke definitely works. But I think they're too obvious. All right, show me Spada. Sub one. Okay. How do we feel about, excuse me, Dean Palmer? Him or Joe Randa? Both names from the same general time period. He goes sub one. I should have held on to Reggie Sanders because he's a good one to go with here. James Shields, of course, works. I went with Joyner before. So arguably I could just use Sanders again because I used him in a different category, but that's not the way I've been playing. Gaylord Perry will work here though. And maybe the 40 WAR drew a lot of people off. I think James Shields will draw too many. Matt Stairs, I believe, also works though. go Matt Stairs. Rarity of 5 with Matt Stairs taking 2. All right. That's pretty good. Still, point twos and threes and a couple really, really good ones. All right. Well, I will take it for grade 415, which I believe is the area code for San Francisco. And I'm actually wearing a San Francisco shirt right now, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks so much for playing, and I will be back at it later, try to make up the other videos. All right. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Peace.